Isn't this bizarre? Our intern, Morgan, overheard her special needs brother dropping the R word. Her special needs brother dropping the R word and wants to know how to handle it. Hey, Morgan.
Hey, guys. How are y'all?
Excellent. All right. So tell us about your brother.
All right. So Ethan is my oldest brother. He has special needs, and he has no problem making friends. So he's always on the phone or talking to his little buddies or whatever. And his best friend is also a kid that has special needs. And I heard him on the phone with him the other day. And, you know, they were just talking. And I was like, okay, I didn't think anything of it. And then all of a sudden I hear him say, that is so bleep. Like, that is so R word. And, like, I snapped around. I was like, whoa. I was like, no. Like, I went and, like, did the whole typical, like, mom grabbed you by the ear thing. I was like, no. Like, you do not say this word. We don't use this in this house. Like, no. But then I kind of started thinking about it, and I was like, who am I to tell him how he can and can't use that word? I don't know. I just had mixed feelings about it because, like, that's, I mean, if anybody could use it, it's him. You know, I don't want to tell him how he can and can't use a word that is, like, typically known to be discriminatory against his community or rude towards his community of people.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
Dang,
I mean, like, that's
man.
a valid point.
Anybody have any experience in this area? 1-855-BERT show. Have you talked to your parents about it?
I did. I talked to my dad, and my dad was like, well, he was like, I feel like it's not okay for him to use just because he doesn't understand the weight of the word. We think he probably picked it up. He goes to a day program, so we think he probably picked it up at a day program or from one of his friends who isn't special needs, and he heard saying it, so he didn't think anything of it. And my dad was like, I don't know. I still don't really want him using it because I don't think he understands the weight that the word holds. And I was like, well, what if he does? Like,
Yeah, it's sometimes just because someone else has embraced the word or choosing to revamp it in their own way, like, it's still going to hurt somebody else. Like, if he were to say that at a mall or something, somebody could get very hurt by that by just hearing someone else say it, even though it's like, shouldn't he be allowed?
Yeah, I would feel so since he has special needs, I feel like a conversation instead of saying don't use that word, be like, so what do you think that word means when you use that word? How are you intending it? Like, try to get like a better understanding, and then try giving an explanation of, well, you know, when people use that word, it's pretty negative and hurtful to those that are in the special needs community.
I got nothing. Your parents certainly have had talks with him before, though, about other words and the weight of other words, right? So why would this?
absolutely.
Then why would this be any different?
That's true. I don't know. I just kind of started thinking about it because it's, I don't know, it's him, and I feel like, because there are other words that you can say where it's like, well, I have the authority to say this because it has affected me and my community. And so that's why I thought, like, maybe it was the same for him. But I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think that I'm assuming he doesn't realize that not only does that word have weight, but it's offensive to his own community. So he doesn't see himself under that umbrella. So for him, it's just a word. So if you were talking to him about it and how it would affect others, I don't even think he would draw a connection.
How old is he?
He is, oh my goodness, what, 20? I turned 22 this year, so he turns 26 this year.
I think he'd know. I think someone has said that to him in an offensive way, in a weighted way before. Like,
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that he hasn't come home and said, somebody called me this when he was much, much younger.
Yeah.
Never heard that?
No, I mean,
Good.
not really. I got in trouble once, well, not in trouble by my parents, but in trouble by the school for maybe or maybe not have punching a kid for saying it before, but I've never heard anybody say it, like, or he's never said anybody came home and said it directly to him.
okay.
Great.
And what we've learned working with Bert's Big Adventure, our nonprofit, where we take kids with chronic and terminal illness, we have a lot of, kids with special needs in the program. So his age is 26, but does he have a different mental age?
I would probably say 12, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah,
with you.
no.
Like 12 or 13 at the oldest.
Got it. And I think that lends to the conversation.
yeah.
I think that's important, that we're not dealing with a 26 level, a 26-year-old, intellect here. We're dealing with a 12-year-old intellect. And
In
so
other
you have to
words,
take that into consideration.
He would be the most mature person in this room. if he
Well,
was here.
hands down,
other
for
words.
sure.
For a 12-year-old, that word was passed around a lot. Like, it meant something different to kids that weren't affected by it then.
Hey, Susan, good morning.
Good morning, Bert. How are you guys?
Fantastic. Thank you for calling. What's up?
Absolutely. I just wanted to give my 2 cents as a retired school psychologist on this topic. I agree with you, Bert. I think that, correct, he may not understand what he's saying could be damaging, but by the same token, isn't that all the more reason to just say, let's not use that word. That's not a good word.
Mm-hmm.
I think of some other things we could say as an option.
Appreciate you calling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, so I think that's from a professional right there, so I think I'd go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Sounds good to me.
All right, Morgan, thank you. Appreciate your call. See ya.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
The Bert Show.